In the halls of Valhalla, warriors drink to their eternal victories. But here, even giants die in silence. It stood for a century. The shield. The dream factory.
50 billion in debt. We didn't just lose money here, we lost the damn soul of the place. Zaslav cut the wires. Batgirl, the cartoons, sacrificed to feed the shareholders. But you can't save a dying body by cutting off its limbs. The rot is too deep.
Wall Street smelled the blood. The stock crashed, and the sharks started circling. Then came the call. Netflix. They didn't want tickets. They wanted the kingdom. $82 billion. Ted Sarandos wasn't asking for permission. He was buying the crown jewels.
Zaslav was cornered. With that much debt, you don't negotiate. You surrender. By Tuesday, the secret was out. Every agent in Hollywood was panicking. The barbarians were inside the gate. Imagine Batman, exclusively on an iPhone. That was the fear. The death of the silver screen. The board was ready to sign. They called it a merger. I call it an execution. But the ink wasn't dry yet. Because in the shadows, another player was sharpening his knife.
Wall Street cheered. The stock jumped 20%. To them, it wasn't a tragedy. It was a payday.
But in the writers' rooms, terror. Netflix doesn't make movies. They make content.
Green light by algorithm. Casting by data points. The soul of cinema replaced by a spreadsheet.
No more discs. No more ownership. You just rent your memories. They promised to protect the legacy. 4,000 layoffs planned. The old guard was being marched to the guillotine. This wasn't a merger. It was a hostile occupation.
Morale hit rock bottom. The creatives were scared. The suits were cashing out.
They called it synergy. I call it cultural vandalism.
The headlines wrote the obituary. Warner Bros. Was dead. Long live Netflix.
We prepared to lock the vault. One last time. The lawyers were waiting. The check was printed. It was over. The pen touched the paper. The Netflix empire was seconds away from victory. They were already popping the champagne. They thought the war was over. But then, the phone rang. It wasn't a congratulation call. It was a threat. David Ellison, Skydance, backed by the Paramount Mountain.
Not 82 billion. 100 and 8. This wasn't a merger anymore. It was a hostile takeover. Old Hollywood wasn't dead. It was just reloading.
Skydance didn't want a partnership. They wanted the throne.
Wall Street froze. Netflix froze. The game had changed. Tech versus legacy. The streamer versus the studio. Pick a side. The war begins now.
Paramount didn't knock. They kicked the door down.
David Ellison threw $108 billion on the table. Cash!
It wasn't money anymore. It was ammunition.
Silicon Valley blinked. They thought they owned the future.
But you can't code against legacy. You can't code against history. The industry split in two. The streamers versus the studios.
Wall Street went feral. The stock price wasn't climbing, it was exploding.
Sarandos countered. "We'll match it," he said. "Whatever it takes."
Dirty tactics, leaked emails, scandals. They started burning the house down to buy it.
It was on every front page. The soul of cinema, up for auction. While the giants fought, the theaters bled.
Stalemate. 120 billion. Neither side would blink.
Round 12. Nobody is standing. Netflix has the cash, but Paramount has the lawyers.
They are burning billions just to prove a point. It's not business anymore. It's ego.
Stop the deal! That's what the shareholders screamed. But the train had no brakes.
Then, a secret meeting. Zurich. No lawyers. Just the CEOs.
Paramount played the ace. The Redstone family stepped in.
They offered total control. Not just the studio, the news, the sports, everything. Inside that room, bloodbath. The Netflix deal was dying. The market reacted instantly. Warner stock plummeted. The uncertainty was killing them. It wasn't about who paid more. It was about who promised to protect the legacy. Zaslav made his choice. He picked up the pen.
Signed. Sealed. Delivered. But the war was just beginning.